Azure automatically handles all the network traffic routing. But what if you want to do something different? For example, you may have a virtual machine that performs a network function such as routing, maybe firewalling, or probably WAN optimization. You may want certain subnet traffic to be directed to this virtual appliance first and then redirect the traffic somewhere else. For example, you might place an appliance between the subnets or a subnet and the internet. In these situations where you want to customize the way Azure routes the traffic, you might choose to configure a user defined route, also called as a UDR. UDRs control network traffic by defining routes that specify the next hop of the traffic flow. This hop can be a virtual network gateway, virtual network appliance, or a virtual network or even internet. Each route table can be associated to multiple subnets, but a subnet can only be associated to a single route table. Keep in mind there are no additional charges for creating route tables in Microsoft Azure. So let's go ahead and take a look at these in the Azure portal here. I'm currently logged into the Azure portal and then search for the route tables under my subscription. I'll click on the Create Route Table button. When you click on the Create Route Table button, you're actually creating a user-defined custom route. So I'm going to write this as custom route. So I'm going to write the name as custom route and then select the resource group and then leave these options default here and then click on create. There you go. So now my custom route is created. I can go and click on routes and then add and user define route. Define the route name as to say route 1 and the address prefix. This is the source from where the traffic will be originated. And this one, for example, it will be the CIDR block of my subnet. So I will type the CIDR block of my subnet as, let's say 192.168.30.0/24. There you go. Now, if the traffic originates from this particular CIDR block, what should be the next hop? You can define that in the next option here. The next hop can be a virtual network gateway, the next virtual network, internet, virtual appliance, or if you want the packets to be dropped, then you will just select none. You have various options here. That means that any traffic that will be originating from this CIDR block will be going to the internet if I select internet. So thereby you're customizing, modifying the way Azure defines the routes by default. These are called as user-defined or custom routes. Let's think about a specific scenario where let's say you got subnets and they are private, there are few subnets in DMZ and some of them are in public. So in the DMZ subnet, there is let's say a network virtual appliance and that network virtual appliance is a virtual machine that will be acting like a network function or maybe a router or a firewall. So if you want that traffic from your subnet to go to the virtual appliance first, then you will select that particular appliance IP address. So any traffic that is, let's say, originated from 192.168.30.0/24 will be going to the appliance IP address, which is, let's say, 192.168.30.20, right? So that ways, this particular firewall, which is a virtual appliance, will be able to capture all the traffic originated from this CIDR block. By doing so, you're ensuring that all the traffic from that subnet, let's say a public subnet, will go through this virtual appliance to a private subnet. So what is a user-defined route? A user-defined route is a custom route. If you want to change the way Azure handles the network traffic routing and you want to do something different, then you will be using user-defined routes by adding your own routes and then assigning them to the subnets. Now I will go ahead and finish this configuration here, call it as route 2 or something, and then click on OK. We also need to see how you can assign this route to the subnet. Okay, so I will go to the virtual network that we created called as mysite-vnet and then click on subnets, identify my subnet that I want to assign to, and then under route table I should be able to find the custom route that we just created. So that means any device that is hosted in the subnet will be going through the route table that we just assigned to the subnet. So thereby we are enforcing the traffic to go through the device that is defined here. So the next hop will be 192.168.30.20 for all the devices in this subnet.